age is coming to an end, my friend. Twilight is falling, but a little light still remains.
Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here. We are back. We are here for another episode of Atari Twilight, Twist of Fate. And if you guys like what we do here and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is over on our Patreon. Link for that right down below. You can get all of our behind-the-scenes exclusives, all kinds of cool stuff like that. And while you're down there, click on that Discord link. Be a part of the community. Be a part of the conversation. And as always, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see the Michigan bar. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, Greg gets to do what the hell he wants these wonderful players. And two, every single dollar that goes into that goes back to this channel for all kinds of new things, like overlays and artwork and cool intros and hiring someone to do my job for me. That's about it. And with that, we'll bring things over to Greg to take us back to the 80s that never was. Greg, take it away.
Thanks, Mike. Everybody, we have a lot to do. So I want to be able to, one, get us back up to speed here for Atari Twilight Twist of Fate. But at the same time, I want to be able to get us right into the action. That being said, let's go around and talk to all of our players, find out who you are, who you'll be playing, and in this, the Free League's Tales from the Loop system, what character class are you, or what playbook are you inside the system? Let's start with Bacon. Bacon, my friend. Who are you? Who are you playing? And what are they?
Yeah, I am playing JD Davis, excuse me. I am a bookworm. Yeah, my name's Mitchell, so yep, just playing this character for a little bit, and I'm excited to see where he ends up, because I don't really know what's going to happen, because he's kind of a scaredy cat, and we'll see if he finds some bravery.
That's the best part of RPing. We don't know what's going to happen until we get there, and I love it. Thank you very much, my friend. Let's jump over to Chris. Chris, same questions. Who are you? Who will you be playing? And what is their character class or playbook?
I am Chris, aka Necro. I am playing Ricky Lewis. Ricky's a farm boy. His class is Hick.
Very, very good. So we jump from there to G. Same questions.
Hi, I'm G, your friendly neighborhood lightning invoker. Today I'm playing Scarlet, who is the class athlete.
Fantastic. And last but certainly not least, Melissa, same questions.
Hi, all. Melissa Meyer. I'm playing Heather Jones, the weirdo.
All righty. And this, everyone, is our Tales from the League Atari Twilight sister campaign called Twist of Fate. In this, we are basically focused and set in the town of Garrett, Maryland during the 1980s, 1988 specifically Saturday, December 3rd. The events of the prior couple episodes have led to this moment meaning that this particular group of kids have experienced trouble inside their town of Garrett. If this is your first time joining us, Garrett, Maryland is a nexus point. It is a small town that's only real defining feature is the fact that it is neighbors to a great and powerful particle accelerator called the Loop. Now, if you ask 10 people, you'll get 10 different answers as to what the Loop actually is. But the general consensus is it's some type of power plant or research facility that is helping or hoping to benefit America and the world in general. But here, what this loop has caused is a bleed between worlds. Here in Garrett, Maryland, things that were in our 80s sequestered into the movies and television and books and comics of pop culture walk the streets. Optimus Prime may drive by. The Gremlins, in their lizardy evil form, may become adversaries. The characters of King's books Randall Flagg, Pennywise, are all subjects for realistic and literal conversation here in Garrett. And with this particular group, this Twist of Fate, we've had narrations that bring us up to speed, that get us set, that place us inside this moment in time. But as I said when we started, time is of the essence. And so we must begin where we ended. And the only way to go forward is to go back. And so we do. We go back inside Camelot Music, specifically inside the listening room of Camelot Music, inside the listening room that is adorned with David Lee Roth and Edward Van Halen at the height of their hair in peak showmanship. This poster adorning the wall or adorning the door of this listening room. And just beyond this portal rests our heroes with their NPC guide who goes by the name of Van Halen. And as she turns to all of them, the listening room, part disco and part sensorium, as the music is playing, the lights are spinning in unison with the bass and the percussion, rising and falling with the lyrics as they wail and drift and dirge. And these lights dance across her face as she explains to them that this world, the world they live in, the world they've always known, is separated from a multitude of others by a construct called the veil. This veil acts as both protection and camouflage. And she said that the only way to help another group of children calling themselves the Autobots, the only way to help them is to drop the veil. My friends, that was the moment that we left, but this is the moment that we are. And the only way to go forward is to go back to 1988. It is currently Saturday, December 3rd, 1988 at 6:15 p.m. My friends, you have trouble in the form of the mechanics for Tales from the Loop. The trouble is this: you must find a way to lower the veil. And whether this is more important or less important, get JD to the tree lighting ceremony. My friends, that needs to be done by, does everybody remember? I'm not providing that information. In this moment, yeah, in this in this pregnant pause of a moment, in this triumphant statement of Van Halen as she sits there wearing the Madonna-esque outfits of the day, she turns to all of you. We're going to drop the veil. But my friends, as we look around at Ricky, JD, Heather, and Scarlett, what do we do?
Ooh. I think it's just like this. Silence. Scarlett is just kind of sitting there in her seat, and she's just been listening to what Van Halen's been saying, and she doesn't say anything in this moment. She just kind of looks down. She kind of shifts in her seat a little bit, and she might wince a little bit because she has a hurt ankle still, and yeah, she's not gonna say anything.
Van Halen's eyes kind of go across the room, looking at each of you.
I think she would look stunned and a little bit confused, maybe.
I need your help.
How do we help though? We don't know anything about this. We've kind of just been reacting to the things happening to us.
Yeah, like and she kind of glances at Heather a little bit. We don't.
I think I know a little bit about it. I think.
And Van Halen starts to nod.
I don't know how, but do you know how I have these dreams? I've told you about the dreams.
Yeah, I remember.
She nods.
I was just, well, earlier I I remembered some other things that I think I've had other dreams. And in these dreams, I was told that I was told about the veil, and I was told that it was going to fall, and when it did, that something terrible, some terrible people would be here, and then I can, I don't know, maybe I can call some people to help. And
What kind of people?
Everyone, Van Halen offers. Do you all know what the veil is?
Well, you explained it with the bag, but like it's like a
She
magic force field or something.
she pulls herself up, and you realize that she's just realizing that something that she has known for maybe her whole existence, she needs to explain more. And this is coming from a being that doesn't really do a whole lot of deep diving into lore or explanation or teaching. But you see her kind of gather herself for a moment. And again, with the lights dancing off of her, and everybody, because this is the 80s, even though it might be the 80s that never was or ever was, please go to our Spotify playlist. And if you would, go down to track number 15. That is the song that is playing currently. It is Only the Young by Journey. And as this light dances off of Van Halen's features, she would turn to all of you, and almost in time with the music, with the beat, she would switch her gaze from face to face to face to face. The veil, it was an agreement, a contract between the good people here and the good people out there. And it can only be dropped by an agreement between the forces of good in your Garrett and everyone else. Only those that are, and you seem to think that she's repeating something that she was taught, only those that are kind and just can partake in this ceremony. Only the pure of heart can act as keys to lower the veil. We, and she indicates all of you, will send out our request into the place between. And if we are deemed worthy, our side will be unlocked, and my friends on the other side will unlock theirs. The veil will fall, and my friends will come, as will those filled with hate. And the Autobots, George, Shannon, Mitch, Ben, Rob, Jerry, they will come home. A battle for life eternal will be waged, and the victor will be declared if legends are to be believed. But through it all, I will remain at your side.
That just means more bad things get here. And what happens if good doesn't triumph? We're only kids. There's only so much we can do.
She
Good always
smiles.
wins.
The bad has found a way through. They are slipping in one at a time. The good cannot find a way through. I was the only one that could make it. We can't expect anyone else to come. Not in the ways that would work or be quick.
Is the only way to bring down the veil, or is there a way to plug the holes that these bad people have found to get in?
We don't know what the holes are. And
sounds like a story.
We don't have a lot of time because the age is coming to an end.
Where'd the other kids go, though? Like, if they're not in Garrett, are they in a different state? Like, where did they go?
They're in other worlds, other places that probably look like this, but aren't this.
How, though?
Mirrors.
Whoa. Magic?
See,
And she looks at Heather when she says magic.
Van Halen looks at Heather too.
And there's somebody else good here. We were helping Optimus Prime. Maybe he can help too.
He came here a different way that only he could come. He nearly destroyed himself getting here.
Not good. He's not in good shape.
Yeah. We got him some energon. Yeah, that's what it's called. We stole it from that Alta place.
Good. The metal man came from the stars.
See, JD, I think the veil's going to come down anyway, because I think it's, you know, it's just part of how it's all supposed to work.
Well, if the veil's going to come down anyway, shouldn't we be just preparing for when it does, rather than trying to bring it down sooner?
If we don't fulfill the contract when the veil comes down, my friends will not be allowed to come.
The contract is we bring it down so that good forces can come too.
Each side of good unlocks their side.
Well, you guys talk about magic, but this feels like a book to me. It's like someone's writing it, right? We've gone through all these different adventures, and remember when we were at we pulled items out of books that we like, and they made us heroes. What if the hole in the veil is we have the power to pull people to us? We've done it before with bad people, with Pennywise. We said his names, but what if we've never tried to bring in anyone good? What if we just concentrate really hard and try and bring someone worth it here? We were able to do it with items and Pennywise. Why can't we do that with, I don't know, Van Halen, who's someone that you need here, who would be worth it? I pulled the ring out of the book. I don't know.
I don't know how I did that though.
I don't either, but I just
His
feel
sword's
like
sticking out a book.
Yeah.
Like you and Heather read all these books, and like I don't really read them, and so I just figured it was some kind of magic thing that you two were doing.
I just know the stories well.
I think that's what we're doing. I think, you know, when we are meeting the contract, we're calling out for help. And I think the good people listen. And when they come, it makes a hole. It makes a way for the bad people to come too.
If only the bad people can get through now, the longer we wait, the more of them are going to be here. They're going to establish a position here to fight back for when the good get here. And the more of them there are, the harder it is to take a position.
We have to go on the offense, guys.
What is that though?
And she thinks for a second. If we can fulfill the contract, she's not sure if she's wording that right, so she kind of asked like a question.
And Helen's nodding when you say that, and her eyes are getting wider as you start speaking.
If we fulfill the contract, then we call the shots. We get the first down. We keep the play alive. We keep the drive going. You know? Yeah. Whereas if we mess up or we hesitate, then the defense, the bad guys get the ball, and then it's them controlling the pace. You know what I mean?
So what's the play?
They control the clock.
Be the quarterback. Exactly. Call the play. What's our play?
We got she actually kind of blushes a little bit when with JD kind of singling her out a little bit. Okay, what's our play? We gotta bring down the veil. We gotta do it on our terms. And she looks, is there like a place we can go? Is there a certain place that we have to be?
We just have to be outside. We can't be inside a building. We have to be outside.
Okay.
So maybe the first step is to go out from here.
Okay, so Okay, so we go out and we just stand here. We stand outside in the mall parking lot, and we're like, "Hey, can you do
Yeah.
the thing? Like, what do we have to do?"
Van Halen looks at you and smirks like you already know this, like you're pulling her leg. You know there's more to it than that.
Well, yeah, I know, but okay, so what route what play are we running? Like just like JD said, like what route is everyone running? You know?
Roll
Like
lead.
oh no.
Well, Ricky looks at Scarlett. As JD said, you're the quarterback.
Yeah.
You tell us what to do.
Wow. Wow.
With 2 conditions, 2
Wow.
successes. Holy shit.
Great roll. Great roll.
In addition to kind of bringing Van Halen a little bit more in line, you also get 4 dice to use throughout this entirety of the session. You may give those to anybody other than yourself for any role whatsoever.
Sweet.
We can go to the roof. I can get up there. I go up there all the time. It doesn't take long.
Oh,
We just have to let them know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
It is
yeah.
6:30.
Are you okay?
Oh. What?
What time is it?
Ricky checks his watch. It's 6:30. We don't have long.
What can we do it at the tree lighting? Like there's going to be people there, but is that okay?
Well, okay. Here's all I'm saying is, if this is about the world and its future, who cares about the tree lighting? Dad will be mad for a little bit. Mom might be mad too, but they'll get over it. It seems bigger.
True. I guess, yeah.
We can go now if we have to hurry.
Let's hurry.
So way up from the, so she opens the door to the listening room, and as Journey kind of bleeds out into the out of the soundproofing of the listening room, she takes a right instead of a left and heads deeper into Camelot music. And when she opens the back door that clearly states employees only, she just opens it up, rushes in. Nobody is in there. There's several lockers that are sitting there. You can see that some of them have padlocks. Some of them are just kind of lazily open. But she goes to the back and opens another door into what looks like a utility corridor. As you can see, a row of doors on one side of the hallway, but just outside of this one is a catwalk scaffolding that's leading up. It's a roof.
Okay, let's go. And she's probably going to be last in this line, because when she gets up,
We have to climb this?
It's easy. It's got stairs. There's only one ladder part. It's at the very top, and it's only 3 of these. And she indicates the bars.
Okay.
And she goes first, climbs up the stairs, goes up the ladder, and swings open a door that is not locked. This hatch opens up into the Garrett early winter night, and the air is incredibly crisp here. There's been a few flakes of snow, but nothing that indicates, a full-on snow squall or a snowstorm, but the air is kind of ripe for something like that. Those of you that have lived in Garrett for this extended period of time, there's a taste to the air when it's preparing to snow. And that savory taste is currently on the wind. And as you get up to the top, she kind of moves towards the center where it's darkest, where the lights from various kind of skylights and the large kind of windowed area that's over center court has a glow about it as the lights from inside bleed into the night. And she moves over and finds this little patch of shadow and looks around and sees you all there. And she reaches out with her left hand and reaches out with her right hand. She would like someone to take each. Who does?
I'll take the left hand. And I'll look to Heather and be like, "Come on, we can do this part."
Heather takes JD's hand and reaches her hand out to Scarlett and Ricky.
Yeah, Scarlett's last up the ladder. She's hobbling pretty bad on her ankle. But when she gets there, she will take she'll take Heather's hand, and then Ricky's hand if he.
Ricky's
So-
eyes are darting because now we're on the roof and in the dark. He remembers creatures that couldn't get into the room to below, but liked the dark. So he's on edge as he walks across this roof and joins the circle.
Before you join it, I think JD would see maybe your trepidation towards it, and I'll look to Ricky and be like, I know it's scary. I'm scared all the time. All the time, I'm scared. So, I get it. But we can do it. Come on. We can do
Those
it.
things from the farm,
I know.
they were in the dark.
I
The
know.
sun's gone. It's dark.
Yes.
Well,
Scarlett's gonna look around and see if she can see anything.
maybe if we try hard enough. As silly as it sounds, maybe we can light it up.
You all can look around, but only Ricky can roll investigate for me.
It's the worst, Greg. Investigate. No successes.
Your mind had been playing tricks with you earlier, where every little splash of shadow contained these kind of disjointed eyes that would stare back at you, kind of rolling and doing odd maneuvers. But when you look around on the roof of the Maplehurst Mall, whether your mind has taken a break from tormenting you, if there truly isn't anything, or if the things that you're looking for are cleverly hidden, you don't see anything. Whether that's a comfort or not, that's up to you.
Yeah, he just darting his eyes around with everyone else. He joins the circle. Just keep your eyes peeled. But they're going to benefit from this veil coming down as well. So maybe they want us to do it.
And she'll give Ricky's hand a squeeze, and she'll be like, "It's okay. We won't. We'll kick their butt. We did it both times before. We'll do it again."
And Van Halen can, since Ricky's the last of the chain, your other hand would be Van Halen's right, and you would feel her squeeze as well. It's okay. We're together. And she continues the pressure of the squeeze for a moment on Ricky's hand as she looks at all of you and draws herself up. If you'll have me, I would be so honored to be a member of your band.
Sure.
Cool.
The Keystones.
Yeah.
Good name.
The best.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the
One of
band.
us.
You see
Thanks.
a tear roll down her cheek. Okay.
I think Scarlett smiles for like the first time since they like left. Since they like got to the library.
Got to remember we have to stay together.
Okay. We'll stay together.
Ricky looks up to Heather and says, "And never say never."
Never say never.
Okay. Okay. And she looks at everybody holding hands. Everybody, if you could please go to your Spotify playlist. And though I don't want it to sound too ominous, I like the idea of Phil Collins in the Air Tonight, track number 8. We'll let Philip play this for us. She looks around at all of you. Forget all that you know. Carry only love and friendship in your hearts. And believe. Believe in all the things you were told to forget. Believe in all the magic that the world wants you to leave in youth. Believe now and forever, and rest your hearts with each other. The mystics created this enchantment as a binding pledge. To utter these words is to be in service to the queen. To utter these words is to stay a child forever, eternally linked with the worlds beyond. Now, repeat after me. She looks around at all of you, like kind of weighing the moment. Sweet song of youth, the wise, the meeting of all wisdom. And she looks to her left to JD. You say the first line.
Sweet song of youth.
Turns to the next, who I believe is Heather.
Heather.
You're muted.
Wise.
Then to Scarlet,
The meeting of all.
and then looks over to Ricky.
All wisdom.
And again, you all circle through this until you're all chanting this, the sweet song of youth, the wise, the meeting of all wisdom. Sweet song of youth, the wise, the meeting of all wisdom. And as it's bleeding the sentences and the words until it's almost a syllabic, each of you creating these words in sounds, even partial beats of words. In the middle of all of this, Van Halen whispers, kind of pulling herself out of the chant, to believe in the good of all. And your ears pop. Everyone, I need you to roll your best skill. For this, G, take your conditions off. Currently, your condition should have been taken off because of the time in the listening room. So if anybody has any conditions, please remove them at this time. The listening room would have kind of healed those. Narratively, your ankle is still injured. You may use that as you will, but as far as the mechanics are concerned, you don't have to roll at a disadvantage. Everyone pick your best. I will let you know before you make your rolls. You may use luck. You may use pride to augment your rolls. We're looking for a total that you do not know.
Scarlet is rolling lead.
Greg, into that, can I add some dice from Price of a Home?
You may, absolutely. You tell me, once you've created ever and had your rolls and rolled lucky, if you want to do that, tell me your total. I want everyone's total.
We're just rolling best rolls.
For dice, or once Queen of Narnia is an additional dice, is that how that works?
It's a 6 automatic.
Right. Oh, it's a success automatic. I see.
I'm going to use one of my ravens and bumblebees as well.
All right, I have comprehend. It's my best. 1.
And using luck or I know that there's some specialized ones going into, but
Luck allows reroll. Is that correct?
correct, yeah.
All right.
And it'll stack on our dice, correct?
Oh yes, if you already have a success, you keep that success, and you'll be able to.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm going to use luck and re-roll. See if I can add to my one success on that one.
So once you get where you are, let me know your totals.
Heather's at 3 with one of the Once a Queen of Narnia is tossed into her dice roll of 2.
So that's 3, and then we have Scarlet's 3 because
I
she
have
had
4.
one success before, and then so that's 7 total, plus JD's for 8, And then from Ricky, we have 2.
Two from
So
Ricky.
10 total, Greg.
So with 10 total, your ears pop and it begins to snow. Not a snow squall, not a light, gentle, holiday season, festive nature snow. A blizzard starts.
Oh,
And you see just a coating almost immediately on the rocks of the roof. This is a flat roof of a Maplehurst Mall that has, tan pebbles everywhere to kind of help with water drainage and things like that. And you see them immediately become flat as the grooves and dips and valleys of these little rocks and pebbles evens out as the snow immediately hits and begins to build up. It quickly spreads to the mall below as people begin to come out in droves to get to where they need to be, because anybody that knows Garrett, Maryland knows that if it starts snowing like this, it's best to get where you want to be for a day or two. And this has come as a surprise, as no one expected this type of precipitation. But it is snowing. It is hard. Van Halen looks, I think it worked.
It worked.
I think so. Now we have to wait for them to answer on the other side.
Call them?
That's what we just did.
okay. What now?
You're muted.
Muted G.
She's just trying to shield her face from with like her shoulder because her arms are out holding everyone's hands. Like, how long do we have to wait?
We can go, she says, as you look over in the snow, much like the lights were down in the listening room, kind of dotting Van Halen's face. Now the snow is kind of swirling and creating the same type of visual effect. We could go downstairs. Do you have to go somewhere? And she looks at JD.
Yeah, we have to be at the tree ceremony. You should come. The tree's going to be, you might like it.
We have to stay together.
Yes, we do.
We're a band.
Yep.
We can't break up.
No.
No.
And you can see her kind of absently thinking of her own namesake. There's a Sammy Hagar swirling around in her mind, as this is 88.
You could be the singer.
She shakes her head vigorously. Maybe keyboards or rhythm. I'm not a front person.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are really.
Me.
She looks confused. Like, you can see without the need for an empathy role, she thinks all of you are capable of fronting the band.
We should go. It's going to be hard to get there through the snow.
Okay.
How do we get down from here?
Same way we came. And she goes over, and this time when she opens up the hatch, snow slides off of the outside, and she looks at it. This is coming down fast. And she climbs down in.
Yeah, let's go. And she pulls her hood up and pulls it tight.
Yep, you all are able to get down, and you are able to quickly get to the tree lighting ceremony because the Maplehurst Mall is really not that far away from downtown. It's as the crow flies a couple hundred yards. So when you're walking, you're there about 10 minutes later, even with the snowfall coming down. The snowfall may have muted the crowd or the turnout. Maybe a few people had left, but it doesn't look like it's done too much to reduce the crowds. In fact, you see a lot of people coming from the Maplehurst Mall down to the tree lighting ceremony, whether or not they're going to brave it or they think it can't possibly be that bad at this time of year. It's a robust crowd here at the tree lighting ceremony, to the point where those of you that have attended it in the past would probably say this is the most crowded it's ever been, as it's shoulder to shoulder and the snow is falling, and it's beautiful in its arrangement. And as soon as you get there, it's about 7:05, 10. You roll in, and JD, you immediately see your mom up by the stand, the grandstand that's kind of erected in the middle, offside of where the main tree is in the very center of downtown Garrett. And you can see her doing one of these over the crowd. You can tell that she hasn't recognized you yet because there is just a sea of humanity here right now. But you can see her because she's elevated and looking.
Yeah.
You assume for you.
I look at my friends and just go, guys, I think my mom's looking for me. Let me just run over really quick. I'll tell her that I'm here and we'll go from there.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right here.
Go.
Run over, try and check in with Ma.
She sees you coming, and though she's not wearing a watch, you see her go as you walk
I
up.
turn around and go, yeah. Hey,
She
Mom.
shakes her head. We cutting it a little close, huh?
I do that always. And I'm early. Right?
Right. And you know that she knows that you know that you're technically late in her book, but you're still there. And she goes, okay, we're supposed to stand here and your dad's going to come out, say a few words. They're going to light the tree and that'll be that. All right.
Easy.
All right. Just kind of starts to do the mom thing where she's dusting you off and it's snow that is immediately replaced by additional snow off your shoulders. And she notices that you're kind of the front of your outfit's ruffled a bit. It usually happens when a creature like Starscream grabs a hold of your backpack, and she kind of straightens your shirt. JD, Lord. And she just, everything's trying to get it,
It's been a crazy day. Okay.
Has it? And she looks up as the snow is pouring down.
I mean, all I'll say is this is the easiest thing I've done all day.
She fixes you up, kisses your cheek, wipes your cheek as she leaves a little like chapstick-esque glow to it, and turns around, and you all would see JD and his mom kind of standing in not the back of the stage, but kind of just off to the right a little bit. There's a podium there, and then beside all of this is a huge tree. It's currently dark, as are all the lights on the street. Now, people are carrying around lights. Unfortunately, I think my internet is having problems, everybody. If it gets too bad, please let me know. I don't know.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good now.
Okay. I saw the unstable thing come across about 5 minutes ago, and I thought, I'm just going to play through this until they tell me not to. So anyway, everything is kind of dark right now, but there's a lot of light coming from the storefronts that have kind of closed up a bit to kind of get ready for this moment. But as you are all there, you see that there's a hush a bit as the assistant mayor comes out and kind of the deputy mayor comes out, taps the microphone to create the boom through the area as the PA system kind of catches a bit. Crazy weather we're having. All right, everybody, thanks for coming out. And the deputy mayor leaves, and JD, your father, comes out, and everybody, there's a pretty solid round of applause, especially for a politician, and he does a wave as if he's coming out, at the Rose Bowl, he goes over and kisses your mom and kind of puts his hand out and shakes your hand. And then he comes over to the podium and sits there, and he does his own little tap and looks around and says, couldn't ask for better weather. And as he looks around, he says, good evening, Garrett. For those of you that voted for me, I am Mayor-elect Jeffrey Davis. And for those of you that didn't vote for me, I am Mayor-elect Jeffrey Davis. For both groups, I am eager and determined to be a leader you can all trust and hopefully, if earned, respect. But tonight, it isn't about me or my new job. Tonight is about one of the greatest traditions of our quiet town, the annual tree lighting ceremony. It's on this night that the holiday season officially begins, and downtown Garrett and our retail partners at the Maplehurst Mall welcome you to explore their many means to make merry. Whether it be a new record at Camelot Music or a good book from the Paperback Exchange, which is under new management, I might add, the perfect gift can and will be found within the city limits. But beyond the flash and pomp of lights, tinsel, and presents lies the true reason for the season. Now, more than any other time of the year, is a time to listen, to forgive, to heal. That's why I pledge to both those that voted for me and to those that didn't to do my very best for all of Garrett. Now, with that in mind, I want to leave you with some hope and excitement for both the end of 1988 and the start of 1989. President Reagan once implored President Gorbachev of the Soviet Union to tear down this wall in an effort to bridge the divide between nations. Well, it's no surprise to any here that the town of Garrett and the Loop have not been the best neighbors the last few years. Outsourced work, land disputes, and legal action, just to name a few. I ran on a platform to stand up to the Loop and its high-priced lawyers, but I'm here to tell you that on this, the night of our tree lighting, a new light has been struck between the town of Garrett and the Loop. The city council and I have reached an agreement with the leadership of the Loop to bring new jobs, advancements, and money into Garrett at a rate not seen in decades. Garrett will soon be leading not only the state, but the entire nation in new technology and the education needed to make it accessible to all. So while we shouldn't forget the troubles of the past, I would like us all to take a cue from President Reagan and tear down this wall between Garrett and the Loop. And with that, I would like to introduce our honorary tree lighter for 1988, Dr. Holter Arkaville. A tall, thin man with hair, a length better suited for the 1960s, steps forward. If one were to look at his birth certificate, they would be astonished to learn that the man before them was in his late 80s. Looking no older than 50, the Loop scientific director steps forward and places his hand on a large lever decorated to look like a candy cane. With a smile at the crowd, he shouts across the square, "Good things are on the horizon, Garrett, and you all have a front row seat to history." Pulling down the lever begins a cascade of lights that start at the opposite end of Main Street and walk toward the square. Upon reaching the center of town, the lights pause before the large spruce bursts into multicolored glory. However, this year, the lights, recent upgrades provided by Alta, have a different glow to them. A bluish tint seems to hang around every color. As Garrett watches, as one, their smiles erupt across their faces. And as one, all of the lights are reflected in their eyes. Across the town, extending to the surrounding farms and homesteads, cable TVs begin to produce a subtle glow, even when turned off. Air conditioning units produce a bit of a strange but pleasant smell, and telephone and power lines emit a low hum. Whether in tandem or individually, they produce the same effect. Garrett begins to dream. All eyes look at Dr. Arkaville, and he spreads his arms wide. Walking over to the microphone, he roughly pushes the mayor-elect out of the way, does his own tap, laughing a bit. "Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while you sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back," and he looks up at the sky, "on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world." The lights flare. And when they come back down, I need you all to roll investigate for you and you alone, JD, Ricky, Heather, and Heather and Scarlett. You do not seem affected by this dream that has been cast over the town of Garrett. Roll me investigate.
Ooh.
Oh,
Does Van Halen look affected?
She does not. In fact, Ricky, did you get any successes on your investigate?
Nope.
Okay.
me neither.
What I'm going to do is, because you divert your attention, you don't get any of the information that's going to reach Heather and JD, but you do notice that as soon as you turn to Van Halen, her entire body is tensed, and you can see that her eyes are wide, and you can see the lines of muscles in her neck as she's sitting there, and you can see that she's whispering something. can't hear what she's saying. You could get closer if you want.
Yeah, Ricky would move over quickly to her. Are you okay? Is everything okay? Can I help? What can we do?
When you get close, you realize that she is saying, "Sweet song of youth, the wise, the meaning of all wisdom. Sweet song of youth, the wise, the meaning of all wisdom."
Ricky holds her shoulders and leans in close with her and just starts repeating the same words with her.
She like pushes back into you, almost as if she's like trying to just get proximity to you, get contact between the two of you. Heather and JD, as you look at Dr. Arkaville, everybody, if you could please go to your Spotify playlist. And what is it not on there? You know what, everybody, forget this. I'm making I'm doing an audible myself. Boop. There we go. Go down to the last item on there, number 17, Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world, please. As you all look at Dr. Arkaville after he says this final moment, you both see that his eyes have turned a milky, almost like a hot chocolatey, a brown. And as the lights kind of flare back to normal, you slowly see almost like a transition lens on sunglasses. It slowly fades back to a normal pupil. The lenses he is wearing seem to offer some type of protection from bright lights. That's what 5 successes will get you. Everybody looks around. Dr. Arkaville stands and smiles in the snow, and he turns and off to the side, kind of opposite of where JD and his mom happen to be. A tall woman looks at him, and he nods at her. She nods back, and the two of them quit the stage. But Garrett is staring, almost transfixed, haven't moved. It seems as if every other member of the town is carved instead of animate. After 30 seconds, a minute, JD beside you, your mom is frozen.
I'll be like, Mom, what's going on? She's not moving.
And she doesn't feel rigid. Like you feel like you could push her over. You feel like you could like twist her at the hip,
Yeah, she's not stone.
No, right. And she's breathing. And, after about a minute, everyone slowly kind of draws up, shakes, and starts walking off. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, as they all walk off. But it's almost like pre-programmed. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Back and forth.
That can't be good.
But before they started unfreezing, can Scarlet is gonna run at the stage towards towards JD, because he's up there by himself.
You can absolutely get to him. You're able to weave through the crowds. No one's trying to prevent you from getting up there. The mayor picks himself off the ground where he was knocked over, kind of dusts himself off, laughs a little bit, dusts the snow off. All right, what a tree lighting, and begins to walk off.
Are the lights on the tree still blue?
They're multicolored with an odd bluish halo around each one.
Okay.
He pulled a candy cane lever. Sorry. He pulled a lever that was a candy cane. Okay. I'm gonna go try and pull this thing back.
It does, and much like a game show kind of lever, like that has that thing to it. You kind of and push it forward, and the lights remain on, as do all of the TVs in Garrett, as do all of the power lines and telephone lines that are humming, as do all of the air conditioning units that are slowly producing that pleasant smell that's just being pushed out into the air.
I think JD hears Scarlet call his name, JD, and she's running through the crowd, and then she climbs up on the stage. Are you okay?
What was that? Yeah, I'm
I don't
fine.
know.
But what was that?
I don't know. That was the guy from the trailer, and the woman. Remember,
Yeah,
And then she looks at the blue lights.
I just don't get it. My dad, right before he said he was working against the loop, and then he brings these people on. Aren't they with the loop or Alta or what? Aren't they the same? What's going on?
I don't know. What do you mean he was against the loop?
Well, didn't he say he was trying to work kind of like in the speech? He was trying to be, I don't know.
Yeah, he was
A
all
little
like,
bit.
we have to work together.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
there's no I in team. You know,
Right.
but I don't. You said he was against the loop.
Well, just in that sense, like I don't know. Why would he just go from one spot and give it to this guy? I don't. He has to be getting tricked, right? Like he's like all the other people. Arkville literally pushed him down. Let's go. Let's reconvene with the others.
Another question, Greg: Are his parents reacting to him at all, or are they ignoring him completely?
I mean, there's smiles and nods that have been given to all of you. It's not as if they've forgotten about, no one has forgotten about the people that they're with. It just seems as if somebody were to write a sitcom about what's going on right now, we are currently watching the background cast move about their business. They're not doing anything to define the scene.
Okay.
Heather turns back to Ricky and Van Halen to say, what if we called them and they don't come? Are they still chanting?
Yeah. And if Ricky's still doing it, Van Halen is.
Yep.
And Heather, when you would turn, you would see sweat pouring down Van Halen's face. I mean, it's not like it's just rivulets, coming down off of her nose and dripping off of her chin.
So Heather will put her hand on Ricky's shoulder, and then she will begin to chant in rhythm with them.
As he feels Heather's hand on his shoulder, he looks back, says, I think we need to get her out of here. And he rejoins back into the chanting with her. And just starts to try and shift her away from the tree.
Heather will grab her hand and grab Ricky's hand so that they're all still connected, but can more easily walk. And glances back to see if Scarlett and JD are still close.
They'd be
We
easily
can't-
able to catch up. Yeah.
We can't break up. We can't separate. We've got to stay together.
And
Right.
Van Halen would shake her head when you say that. Keep the band together, as she continues to chant.
Charlotte, I have an idea. Let's
What?
grab them. Let's go get them.
Yeah, we got to get back. You're up here all by yourself. And, okay, come on. And she'll grab his hand and pull him down.
We'll go try and reconvene with them.
You
I
easily
imagine
can,
I
no one
imagine we were
stops you.
like
Yeah.
far on the side, so we have to like cross through the whole throng of people to get back.
I imagine we're also moving pretty slowly with Van Halen concentrating so hard. We haven't probably moved very far from where we were.
Yeah, we'll say, I mean, just a few moments pass and you're all able to get back together as the crowd is beginning to disperse. Some people are staying around. It's not, but the snow is still falling very heavily. And as soon as you all kind of get together, Van Halen stops her chanting, but you can still see the muscles kind of pronounced on her neck. I can't keep you safe for long.
We've got to keep you safe.
These lights, they're doing something.
We gotta get them off. Can we go maybe pull the plug?
I did. I tried. This is staying on.
Well, I mean, no, there's got to be an electrical outlet somewhere, or power station.
Van Halen shakes her head. It's everywhere. It's in everything.
Yeah.
Gotta
get you
out of-
let's get
Wait,
out
into
of
the
town.
dark.
houses.
Let's get away from here then.
To the park, because there's a I can't remember if it was replaced by the Maplehurst Mall, but there was a park, wasn't there, Greg, near town?
Yeah, there's still a bit of Constitution Park is at the base of the Maplehurst Mall. In fact, that's where everybody goes to watch the fireworks. If you don't go to the Moon Tower to be eaten. I mean, what? I mean, come on.
Who said that?
What?
No one gets eaten there. Ricky says to the park, get away from the lights, as far away from the lights as we can. If the lights are doing this, to get Van Halen away from. at least
Yeah,
to catch our breaths.
we need to do that, but let's remember also the dark has problems too. So just keep your eyes open.
Where could we go that's safe?
The
Um,
attic.
Van Halen looks up as you all were talking, as you kind of, I'm assuming you're kind of like helping her at this point. She looks at whoever's aiding her, probably Ricky, since Ricky probably didn't break any contact. She would look right at Ricky. It's okay if we can just get to Summer. Just take me to Summer.
Summer's a long way away.
She looks confused.
It's middle of winter.
She shakes her head as if you're not understanding her. No, to keep the spell, to do the spell, we have to go to just take me to Summer. Where's Summer? And she looks up and down the streets.
Oh,
Is
can I
Summer-
roll a comprehend or something to see if I can
Absolutely.
figure that out? Oh, 2 successes. Jeez.
Yeah, and you're not sure how you're doing this, Scarlett, for somebody that, and maybe it's because you're not influenced by all the reading that, Heather and JD do, that kind of, maybe paint a picture of one thing they've read. You look at this in a way that's, it's almost scientific. She is convinced that summer and presumably spring and fall and winter coexist. And in this moment, you think wherever she's from, they probably do. So just give me to Summer and we can finish the spell.
Where she's from. What about your tree? Can we go there?
No, Summer's not there. It's in the mall.
Okay.
To the mall then.
Is Summer in the mall or is your tree in the mall?
My tree's in the mall. It's not Summer there though. I need to go where it's Summer.
Where is it summer?
I don't know. Where is it Summer?
Winter
Southern
here.
Hemisphere?
And she looks at you. No, it has to be here in Garrett. And you can tell that she, with the sweat coming off of her, it's the closest you felt to. Actually, somebody roll me empathy as Van Halen's looking at all of you and the sweat's pouring off of her.
3 successes for Heather.
Yeah, Heather, when you look at her, you realize that she's almost, she's not blaming you at all, but you can tell that it's like she's not getting her point across. You need to find Summer, take her to it, but it has to be inside Garrett. Just take me to Summer. And she looks at Heather. I just need to go to Summer and we can finish the spell.
We'll help you. We just need to figure it out. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We just don't have Summer in Garrett.
Maybe it's a
we have to
person.
find it.
And her face falls. There's no Summer here?
No, there's only winter in Garrett.
No,
We need,
it's just right now that it's winter. Summer is here. We do
We need
have summer, but
we
is
need-
Summer a person?
no Summer. And she looks up. Summer,
What's
The
only
sun.
winter? The sun?
when does
Where would it
summer
be?
come?
In 6 months.
You can tell she doesn't understand even that reference of time.
Where,
Oh, no.
where would it be warm? Where would the warmest place in town be?
She shakes her head. It has to be Summer.
Oh, plants have to be warm.
She shakes her head again. It has to be Summer. She puts an emphasis on be. It has to be Summer. I'm not going to be able to hold this much longer.
We can't change the seasons.
Come on, let's get her to she said the mall. Let's get to the mall. At least we can get out of the snow at least.
She looks up and you see a line of blood come from her right eye. I don't have time. I'm going to lose you.
No, you're not. We lost you
Can't
one time.
break
We're
the
not going to
band.
lose you. Yeah,
No
you're
one-
part of the band. You play the rhythm. We need you.
I can't hold the magic, and when it drops, you all will turn into them. And she looks at the others that are walking around with the reflection of the blue lights in their eyes.
We have to think about what do we do in summer? What?
Great.
Football's
Can
in
you
summer?
Yeah, can you go over again what my role got me, the information my role got me, my 2 successes in comprehend?
Right. You are under the impression that she truly believes that at least winter and summer coexist, that they exist independently of the weather pattern. Like if you cross a street, one street's winter, the other street's summer, one street is spring, one street is fall. And because of this, you are convinced that wherever she is from, that's probably how things work. That over this hill, it's winter. Over that hill, it's summer. She lives in spring and fall's just around the corner. I'm not going to be able to hold this.
What about your...
We take you to your home where it's summer? Can we take you back to your home?
I will lose you.
Ricky looks back. It's summer in the books. Things from stories can.
The library has some murals from books.
She looks and a tear mixes with the sweat and the blood. It has to be summer.
In a last ditch effort, can I look in my backpack and see if there's like, I don't know, anything that I pulled from the library, because I just stuffed a bunch of shit in here, that I could maybe, that there was something that we just overlooked?
Roll me a comprehend with a +2, Bacon, as you took a bunch of stuff from the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
That were some of the sheets with the dots and dashes from the Morse code. And you've become pretty decent with Morse code, just looking at it.
Yeah, 1 success. I'm going to use my luck. I'll reroll.
Okay, you already have 1 success, so you can.
There we go.
So 3.
Nice.
1
3
just didn't
total.
seem good enough, you know?
And you know what? It wasn't. As you look at these sheets of paper, you realize that they are repeating a similar phrase. It's said in different ways, but all of them, as you read it out, it's only 2 words, but sometimes it's spread out where the letters almost make it look like different words. And they all say summer solstice.
Summer solstice. I like drop all the papers, you know, just like, I don't know what that means.
They blow and catch in the wind.
Is there a mural in the library or anywhere in town where it's depicting summer at all? Maybe we can pull, I don't know, something through that.
Van Halen looks directly at JD. It has to be summer. How long is 6 months?
It's not quick.
No.
You will forget everything that happened this day. You will forget. And you will
180
go back
days
to
away.
your lives. And I can't stop it.
How do we make it summer? Where you're from? Can you make it summer? Because here we can't.
Summer,
In-
can
in
you
our world-
come and, can you come if we forget? Can you come and remind us? Can you remind us in the summer?
6 months, yes.
No, we can't give up. We can't give up yet. No. Come on. And she looks around, bordering on helplessly now. I don't know.
Coming.
There's no time to get outside of Garrett. You see another line of blood, this time come from the other eye as Ricky, she slips in your grip and you can see that her legs have just given out.
Shit.
And she's shaking. I can't hold it.
Scarlet will
they're
drive her.
not coming. They're not coming in time. We're gonna forget everyone.
I'm not forgetting anything. And she's gonna help because Ricky's helping hold her up, right?
Ricky was holding her hand. He would carry her if he had to. So
You have to.
Ricky would carry her. He would pick her up in his arms and just carry her. Where are we going? She can't walk. We need to go somewhere.
Out of Garrett. Let's get away from here, away from the lights.
We don't have time, she said.
It's all we can do. So let's just go. It's all we can do.
She looks up because she's kind of like curled into Ricky, and she looks up and she looks at all of you. You're going to go back to your life. You won't remember today. Looks at Heather. I can't send you back. He's waiting for you.
Who?
She just locks eyes with Heather.
Guys, I don't know what I'm missing here.
Yeah, me neither. I'm even reaching into my meta knowledge and I have nothing.
My friends, sometimes there isn't an answer.
No.
Okay.
What about the other kids? We have to go. We just have to keep moving. We have to keep moving. And she's gonna take off her jacket and put it over Van Halen. Like, I don't think that's gonna make any difference, but she's gonna cover her up with it.
Let's just go and let's run.
Let's. Okay.
Where do the other kids go? Do you know?
She didn't say. She just said,
"Hey, wake up! Wake up!" And she's gonna shake her shoulder.
She's still there, but you can tell that she's just concentrating as hard as she can. And she looks up and she, in a whisper loud enough for you all to hear because it grabs the swirl of the snow, you hear her say, "I'm so sorry."
No. Fuck.
JD, you've dropped some papers at your feet.
Yeah.
You reach down and pick them up.
Yep.
And when JD looks up, you see that his eyes have a blue glow to them.
No, JD, and she's gonna grab JD by the shoulders. Like, no, come back, wake up.
Get me, guys. Don't forget me, okay?
No, don't give up. Come on.
JD, roll force for me.
Two.
You fight it off for 3 seconds. What do you do?
Oh God.
JD, wake up. No, don't.
Help! It's taking me. And then that's it.
No. And she's gonna pat his cheeks like, no.
Scarlet, roll force for me.
I was desperate. I closed my character sheet to look at the map. Oh, roll force. Let's go. 1 success.
Scarlet's eyes turn blue. And with sheer force of will, you push it back for 3 seconds. Scarlet, what do you do as JD is starting to walk off?
She's like, no, wake up, come back. And then she just turns.
She slowly walks off with a slight limp. Blood pours from both nostrils of Van Halen, and her whole body is convulsing. I can't hold it.
Ricky
it's
looks.
okay. Let it
Ricky
go.
looks down to her. Can we at least get you home?
She looks up and roll me an empathy, Ricky.
That's as bad as investigate. No successes.
You just
Can I give
see-
him one of my leadership dice?
Sure, absolutely. If you give him 2, I'll give him a free success.
Sure.
Before you do that, G,
Okay.
I want to use another one of my price of a home, Greg. To me, this is related to at least her home, if not mine.
Nice.
Oh, I love it, my friend. And in fact, because I am a softie and a sucker, you keep it because that was a hell of a explanation you just gave me. I'll give it to
Nice.
you for free. She looks up, and for the first time, Ricky, you can tell, and this almost goes back to when you heard her say, "Stay ready," and looked up at you, and you first from the pit where she had been and escaped from. You hear her say, or you don't hear her say anything, but the look that she gives you is one of love. I can't hold it.
He hugs her, assuming that he's going to be taken as well. He says, "Sorry, we couldn't help."
Heather, you see Ricky hug her, and as he's looking over her shoulder, you see his eyes turn blue. Ricky, roll me a force.
1 success.
You can fight it off for 3 seconds.
I think Ricky just keeps his hug with Van Halen and just softly mutters again, "Sorry."
You just feel her hug you with as much force as she has left. And then, Heather, you see Ricky slowly put her down onto the ground as Ricky turns and begins the long walk back to the farm. Lying in the snow, looking up as it kind of collects on her face and in the blood coming from her nose and eyes, she looks up at you, Heather. Can't let them have you.
No, just let it go. It's okay. It's okay.
I can
Okay.
hold it for you. Get me to my tree.
It's okay. And Heather's gonna, she's not strong, but she's going to pull her up as best as she can, maybe under her arm, and start dragging her as best as she can back towards the mall. Are you okay?
She can't answer. You can see that she's actually leaving a trail of blood through the snow as you go. And you can hear her whispering, but it's in a language you do not understand.
Okay, go to sleep. It's okay. Go to sleep. It's okay.
Can't
We'll get there.
let them take you. As that 10-minute walk from the Maplehurst Mall to the tree takes an hour to return.
And as
As you
they
are-
go, the other thing that Heather will continue to say is, we called them and they didn't come. They didn't come.
No. And she's, again, in and out of this language, but you can hear bits of English that comes through. Need to finish. Won't come unless we finish.
How do we finish it? What can I do?
And at this point, you get back to her tree and she pulls you down to the trunk. And the mall at this point is dark. You're not even sure how the door was just open. And you were able to go into the darkness of the mall. And you're lying against the tree. I can't let them take you. He'll change you.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll be okay. You just you need to rest and you need to feel better. but if I try calling again, maybe this time they'll come when we call.
You can see the tears mix with the blood as it comes down her eyes. They've done their part. We have to answer in summer. It's part of the deal.
Okay, well, you just rest now. You just rest. And when it's
Heather.
summer, you go get them, okay?
Heather, I'm going to put you to sleep.
Okay. Okay.
I
don't want to go back.
I won't let you. I'm going to put you to sleep. I'll
Okay.
wake you. That's all I can do.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the little nook in her tree where the roots kind of come down expands to almost like a tent opening, like a triangle. And inside is a little moss patch. And there's a little cool, like a creek that's almost running to the side, just a trickle of water coming from the trunk itself down through rocks. And there's a little splash of sunlight. Just go in there, go to sleep. I'll watch over you all.
Mother will crawl in there, curl up, but before she does, she'll pull out her itty bitty book light, and she'll turn that on.
And you feel so tired, Heather. And after a few moments, you see inside that V, that tent opening, it begins to get smaller, and you see Van Halen's face. And she nods. Watch over them.
Okay, be okay, please be okay.
And just as it closes, you see her eyes roll up in her head as she falls back in a slump. JD, everybody, if you could go please to your Spotify playlist. And you know what? Why don't we turn on a little These Dreams, if you will. It is number 16 on your Spotify playlist. JD, the holiday season comes and goes. January comes and goes. You maintain your vigilance. This stupid walkie-talkie thing has never gone off before, but you keep it charged. You keep it ready in case something were to happen or some sound were to come from it. And everything that you did before that day of December 3rd, you continue to do your investigations for as long as you think you would do it. And the days turn to weeks and the weeks turn to months. And as you're in the attic alone, as you continue this process of divination, you find a note. It says, "Be safe." You find another note a day or two later that says, "Keep this close." And a little crystal dangles from the note.
Okay. In my notebook, do I have like similarly to my scene with my dad earlier in the show, can I tie it to my journal?
Absolutely.
Does the handwriting look like Heather's?
You don't recognize the
Don't
handwriting.
recognize it.
A few days later, you receive another note, and it says, "Learn Morse code." And this one says VH at the bottom.
Okay. Yeah. Because I wouldn't understand what VH is from my other times with her. So
Mhm.
Why is she telling me to learn Morse code? No one uses Morse code. Okay. And that day that I get the note, I would go check out a book from the library about Morse code.
You go, and it takes him a second to find the book. And Hannah Casper looks at you and says, I'm sorry it took me so long. Somebody stole the other copy that we had. But here, and she gives it to you.
Sorry about your stolen copy.
And without the need for a roll, Bacon, if you put time in on this, you will acquire the new skill expert at Morse code.
Okay, I'll spend some time.
And you learn it. You can now, not only can you decipher it, but you could deliver a Morse code segment if you needed to. Even so far as if you take it seriously enough, and if you believe JD would, this isn't something I'll make you roll for. This is a character thing. If JD sees this note and he puts all of himself into it, this is something that he could even rig up, actually find one of the meters that, gives the and become that good at it.
Yeah, I think he has been doing research for months, and I think the research on the Stegosaurus that he had found and whatnot is just everything's coming up empty. No, there isn't really much. So now that he's getting a message from what he would consider the beyond, he's going to take it seriously. It's the first any hint of anything. So yeah, he'll spend the time to do that.
Then you are an expert at Morse code as the days turn to weeks, turn to months. And then in June, during the bicentennial ceremony of Garrett, June of 1989, JD, your family is on stage, and you look out, and your father, Mayor-elect no more, is delivering this speech to a sizable crowd as he's talking about the past centuries of Garrett and what the town has been able to do and accomplish, and its future is bright. There's talk of the loop in there as well that's met with cheers whenever it's brought up. I'd like you to roll me an investigate.
Two successes.
And with two successes, the following happens. As you go to sit down in the chairs that are associated with the mayor's box here, kind of right off of the stage, on your chair, you find a 4-leaf clover. And when you look out into the crowd, you see a girl looking back at you, and you've seen her before. You see a tear roll down her cheek, and her name is Van Halen. And when she sees you, she waves, and you remember everything for 2 heartbeats.
Oh shit. Heather. And I'm going to take off running towards her, towards Van Halen.
You stand up, take 2 or 3 steps, and the memories fade. And your mom looks at you. Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought I saw somebody in the crowd that I knew. They moved off, though.
The meeting ends. And you go about your life. Scarlet. You are running. It is early April. The holiday season has come and passed. 1989 has begun. And you are in training for the contest of your life, the audition of your life, to try to get and become one of the very few girls to ever play football at the high school level. As you're running on this particular day, a girl runs up beside you. Roll me an investigate. Roll me an empathy, excuse me.
1 success.
You think you've met her before. And she runs up and opens up her Walkman and says, "Hey, do you want to try this?" And she hands you a tape. She sees that you're wearing a Walkman. It's
And
great to
we're
run
actually-
to.
We're running in this moment.
Mhm. She might catch you like when
Um,
you're stretching at the end of your turn. She kind of runs up and you can see that she's been running
Okay.
as well.
And she kind of gives her a kind of a weird look, and then looks at the tape. What is that?
It's a mixtape. And on it, it says the band's greatest hits. And the "the" is capitalized as if it means the only band.
She stops and like just kind of stares at it for a second, and then takes it. Do I know you? And she will put it into her Walkman.
Everybody, if you could go down to track number 14 on your Spotify playlist, Olivia Newton-John's "Twist of Fate."
Do I know you?
Maybe. Would you like to run?
Sure. And she puts her own cassette in her pocket, and then puts the other one in, and puts her earbuds back on, or her headphones back on, and then presses play, and then starts running.
And you run your normal course as this girl follows with you, and she's laughing, and you can tell she's singing along to what you're listening to in perfect rhythm, but there's no way that she can be listening to the same thing that you are as you're running. And she looks over and smiles at you, and that feeling of familiarity grows. And when you reach where you would end your run, she takes a couple extra steps and turns to look at you, and you see a tear roll down her cheek. "Are you okay, Scarlett?"
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?
And for a moment, you remember that this girl is Van Halen. And for 2 heartbeats, you remember everything.
Yeah, so she's like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay, Van Halen?" And then she almost like kind of stumbles, and like the pain in her ankle kind of comes back for a moment, and she kind of falters. She's like, whoa. And she's gonna like stumble to a halt, and she's gonna turn and look at her with like wide eyes.
It's okay.
But Van Halen, and she's gonna go and reach for her again, and like put her hands on her shoulders.
She puts her hand on your shoulder, and the blue lights come back into Scarlett's eyes. And this nice girl is sitting there, and she says, "Go ahead and keep the tape. I have a copy.
Thanks. That
Have a
was
good
nice of
day."
you. Yeah, you too. And she's gonna offer her a high five.
She puts up her hand and says, "I feel the need."
For speed. She's gonna
Clap,
and
then
then
down, clap. And she runs off.
and I think that might make her, as she starts running again, listening to this music, that like the need for speed just reverberates in her brain a little bit, and she kind of
And just
then
as you say
just
that,
keeps going.
yep. And just as you say that, everything kind of bleeds back away. My friends, all four of you, you're not sure how you got here. It's very warm. You remember everything. There is a large metal tower that reaches up into the sky. Those of you that have lived in Garrett for a long period of time would know this is the Moon Tower, 10 miles outside of Garrett. And though you remember everything that's happened to you for the last several months, with the exception of Heather, you are all back among the living. And Van Halen is there. You can tell that she's wiping blood away from her nose. And there is a pickup truck off to the right. I got you far enough out. I think it's summertime.
What
It is.
happened? Are you okay?
She shakes her head. I've missed you all.
What happened?
And she looks at the other three. So we don't remember. We don't know how we got here, but now we remember everything.
You don't remember how you got here? You remember your lives to this point, except for Heather. Ricky,
Oh,
you
don't
remember being on the farm, doing the spring planning, doing everything that you would have to do. And though you haven't disclosed it to the others, you would know that you were making preparations for the Maryland Military Academy in the fall. And all of these things have kind of bled through. You also, JD and Scarlett, remember those meetings with Van Halen at both the bicentennial and during the run. All of the skills, the Morse code you have learned is still a part of you, but how you got from Garrett to here is absent from your memories.
What's going on?
I had to get you out of there.
Sorry, Greg. Do we remember the last meeting with Van Halen when she faded away?
You remember everything.
Okay.
You remember everything. Yeah. At this point, you have memories of everything that has occurred, even the mundane parts of your lives for the past 6 months, with the exception of Heather. Heather, it seems as if you have just gone to sleep and woken up out here at the Moon Tower.
She kind of gives Heather like a who is that type of look, and she's gonna like just
I think
look at JD and Ricky.
Scarlett remembers Heather. Heather doesn't remember.
No.
that right?
No.
Let me be clear. Everything that you've done with your characters to this point, you remember. Even the parts from December 3rd to now in July, you remember. It's just that, you know, it was a life lived completely separate of everybody else. It was part of this kind of colony brain that was going on down in Garrett, where you just ran every day. And JD did his research in the attic. Ricky worked on the farm. But your adventures that you had before, the events of December 3rd, the friends that you've made, Heather, everyone, you remember. Heather just doesn't remember from December 3rd until now. It's as if she just went to sleep, has no memory of this mundane life of working on the farm, running, or being in the attic, and just woke up here.
Well, how did I get here?
I had to get you all outside of Garrett, or you would keep acting that way.
Where are we?
They call it the Moon Tower.
Oh man, are you guys okay?
Ricky shakes his head as if like clearing off the fog from his brain, and just walks up and gives Van Halen a massive hug and just says, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And he just keeps repeating that.
She hugs you back to the point where it almost hurts. And you're reminded about how strong Van Halen actually is. And she just buries her face, not like in your chest, but like over your shoulder, and just like almost lifts you off your feet, you know, as she is just falls into this embrace. And every time you say, "I'm so sorry," you can feel her shaking her head as if to like ward off that there's no need for an apology.
Eventually he stops and says, "It's summer. You wanted summer. It's summer. It's summer."
We can continue.
She's gonna go to Heather and give Heather a hug. Where have you been?
I don't know. I don't remember. Where have we been?
We were just doing normal things, but you weren't.
On the farm.
Yeah,
Just reading the
Prepping.
journal.
I was just doing a lot of running, but you weren't there. Like and I'm assuming during that time we never hung out with Ricky or Jesse or anything like that, right? No. This is the first time I've seen all of you.
Was I asleep? Was I asleep?
Van Halen nods.
Oh,
It's the only way it could keep you safe.
Thank you. Thank
what
you.
happened to us?
They've done something in town. It's affecting everybody.
Can we stop it?
Yeah, how do we stop it? And she like looks like kind of angry.
We need help. They're bringing more people through, more of the bad.
I'll pull out my journal that I have the crystal, and I think I would have kept the notes and the 4-leaf clover, and I think I have taped the notes to like a page, and the 4-leaf clover is like matted down, and I'll open it. Was this you?
She nods. I've been trying to watch over you all.
Gave
I
me
learned
that
Morse
tape.
code.
You'll need that, she says to JD.
Okay. What are we doing?
We got to continue the spell.
Okay. Heather's going to reach out her hands to either side and look at folks to grab them. The same as
She'll
before?
take it. Yeah.
Same order. And she looks and kind of like takes hold of JD's hand with her left, and then Heather, and then Scarlett, and then Ricky, and then back around to Van Halen. And I need you all to roll your best skill. And tell me if you use anything else. Again, your luck and pride is not refreshed. This is the same session, even though we've gone a long, long time. But just tell me what your totals are when you're done.
Oh man.
I'm going to spend luck on that.
Whoo!
Holy shit.
That
That's a
was a
good
good luck spend.
Holy shit. Dude.
And I'll use my last free success for like father, like son.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm
Mine.
gonna use I'll use my ravens and bumblebees for 2.
Okay,
total
so
of
let's count
2.
these up.
Total of 2 for G, and then everybody else?
3 for Heather. I
3.
used the last of my Queen of Narnia.
So I would have 2 for JD.
2. And then Chris, you have 4, right?
Can you make that 5? It's my last price of a home. Actually, I didn't use the previous one with Van Halen.
You did not.
So 2 of those. So 6 in total.
6 in total.
Ooh.
This is the cost of a home.
Yeah.
For real though.
You're saving your home, or
So this is a lucky number 13 for this segment of the spell. So exactly like before, you all go around, and everybody go down to your Spotify playlist, please, and go to, since it is lucky number 13, track number 13, and play for me Loved by the Sun. And as you sit there in the summer sun of Garrett and go through again all of your chanting as you, sweet song of youth, the wise, the meeting of all wisdom, your ears pop again. And this time, instead of snow, there is a splash of intense warmth that comes down and embraces you all. And it doesn't feel like it's burning your skin, or it doesn't feel like this could have a negative effect to you all, but it feels like a hug, like an embrace. And almost a moment later, a huge burst of birds springs forth from all of the trees surrounding the moon tower, and they fly up in a swirl and form a helix in the sky. And Van Halen looks up and tears pour down her cheeks. They answered.
Are they coming?
And the tears continue to fall. We have to go back to winter for the last part.
What?
I don't want to forget.
Yeah.
Can't break up the band.
We have to go back to winter.
We've come so far. And she squeezes Ricky and Heather's hands.
What do we need to do in winter? If we did it and we opened it up now.
It's the last part. It's part of the contract to make sure that you really want to drop the veil. You have to wait. I think that's what they meant by doing it this long.
Okay, we'll do whatever it takes.
You can't wait too long. Can't go too far into winter. In January, I move.
What?
What?
I'm going to correct you right there, Chris. You move at the start of the school year,
Ooh,
which is
when that?
September.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
in September, I move.
You're moving where?
What do you
Where you
mean?
going, Ricky?
We've lost the farm.
Where are you going?
What?
To school in another state.
What? I think she lets go of their hands. But why?
The farm was sold to the Loop, or part of it, and we've basically lost the farm.
The Loop? And she's gonna look at Van Halen again. What do we
That's-
do?
I don't know what we do. Now, Ricky, you would know that what your father has told you is this. You are going to go to the Maryland Military Academy for Boys starting this September. And in your preparations to this point, you will know that the family is going to spend one last holiday at the farm. And on January 1st of 1990, you will leave for good.
Send us back.
So it'd be the Christmas period. So just the Christmas break. Ricky shakes his head. We'll be back. We'll be back for the holidays for a few weeks. It'll have to be then. And he looks to Van Halen. You're the only one who's going to be able to find all of us. If we forget again, we're not going to. You're going to have to find me in that window. But January, I mean, dates don't mean much to you. He looks
You
to the
can
others.
tell-
January 1st is my last day here. We will be gone for good on January 1st.
Yeah, tears are pouring down her cheek. I would like any or all of you to roll me an investigate.
One for Ricky.
I think that's the first time you succeeded.
I blew him out of the water on one of our first bonus episodes. In fact, that was where he heard the "stay ready" was from a success for an investigate.
Yep.
Heather, you see it first as the helix of birds are spinning in the air. You see a golden glint among the helix. And then Ricky, you spy it as well as it begins to separate from this swarm of birds and it begins to descend. And a moment later, Van Halen sees it. They sent us help.
You don't have to go, Ricky. You don't have to go. They're here. They got here.
Yeah. She's gonna go and give Ricky a hug.
And as
He leans
this,
into the hug.
as you are hugging, as this glint gets closer, you realize it's not getting any bigger. And when it finally lands, it's just maybe 1.5 feet tall, as a golden clockwork owl rests on the bottom rung of the moon tower. And Van Halen looks, Bubo. And its eyes spin. They could send him through. That means they're getting closer.
And she
Can you
kind of
help
like,
keep Ricky here, you think? Boo-boo, can you help Ricky?
The eyes that kind of whirl like gears of a clock kind of spin and focus and drill down almost like jeweler's loops as they come out and look directly at Ricky, and it chirps.
Ricky looks up at Heather. It's not the problems that we were fighting. I don't know if they can help unless the loop itself is stopped. But is the loop causing all of this? The loop isn't the ones that have come through from storybooks into our world.
Something
Van
to do with
Halen.
it.
They're the ones that are bringing them. They're calling them or helping them get here. If we stop them, we stop the loop. And you can stay. For free, no need for an empathy roll. Van Halen is hoping. She is not certain.
Ricky smiles and just looks at Van Halen and says, hopefully. I will
We're here.
stay
We're
ready.
here now. Go ahead, Ricky. Sorry.
We'll stay ready. If I remember any of this, I will see what I can do to stop it. But if it's anything like the last 6 months, I'm not sure there's much I can do. Once your parents are set on moving, they're set on moving.
and Scarlett kind of
Ricky, we're
steps
all
away
here
from.
now. Let's just do something now. Can't you just find out if maybe you can stay with Scarlett? You know,
Yeah,
don't
maybe
think we
you
can go
should
back
ask
to
them to
town.
stay in the same school because it's hard to change schools, you know, and that can impact your grades.
Van Halen shakes her head. He won't remember when he gets back.
So we need to go back to winter.
She nods.
Maybe we could go back to last winter.
Can you do that? She says.
Can you?
No.
She shakes her head.
And
I
she,
don't think-
as she kind of steps away from Ricky, she's like, she has like her hands on her hips and she's like just jabbing her toe into the grass.
I'm sorry.
I thought they were supposed to help us.
They will as soon as they can.
They can doesn't seem soon enough.
I know.
What about the Autobot kids? Are they okay?
I think so. And you can see that she's at the edge of desperation. I don't know where they are.
But in
All year.
6 months in winter, we can get them home, right? When the veil drops.
If they're
When the
still
contract
there,
is fulfilled.
yes. If they're still there, yes.
She turns to Ricky. What about Optimus Prime?
There's nothing in
Still
your
in your-
silo.
Okay.
I mean, I would have remembered it. Him still being there.
So he
But-
left?
You do remember having to repair the silo. Wind damage is what your dad said.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
so
we knew
he's-
was damaged in the blizzard.
Okay, so okay, that means he's better, and maybe he
Theoretically.
left. I don't think those creatures could have got him unless they went and they got someone else to help him. They couldn't get him before. What all of a sudden they could get him after? No, I don't think they got him.
They didn't get him before because we were there.
Or they waited for night when they could freely travel.
It's been 6 months. We've been on autopilot. Who knows what they've been able to accomplish? I learned Morse code in 6 months. That's what I did.
I didn't learn anything. And she kind of like walks away from everyone, kind of like she's got frustration is just radiating off of her.
Yeah, I think JD's like more frustrated and angry than people have probably seen him before. Except maybe Scarlet during football games.
Ricky's head's down a bit, and he just says, "In the last 6 months, I forgot my friends."
Yeah.
Yeah. I have learned that I forgot my friends.
I'm going to miss you, Ricky.
I'm gonna miss all of you.
I know how it feels to move, going to a new school.
It's gonna be fun. It's military school.
Or,
Ew.
you know, Ricky, it won't be forever. You can always come back.
There's 5 years of high school. Then I can do what I want.
Or
4.
Could be 5.
And Scarlett
be
does that crouch thing where she's standing, she just crouches down and like kind of sits on her heels, like she's not sitting on the grass, she's just sitting on her heels, and she's just kind of like hugs, like rests her arms on her knees.
No need for a roll. You all hear a scream of rage and anger absolute as the wind swirls and Van Halen drops to her knees and a blast of something comes from her into the sky. And you see the bird spin and kind of disperse right before it gets there as it lances to the heavens and beyond. And it begins to fade and dissipate as the scream in her throat drags away.
She stands up again. Are you okay? She
Tears
looks
are
up.
pouring down her face. This isn't how it was supposed to be. They didn't tell me this would happen. They didn't tell me I'd have to make you forget. They didn't tell me.
She goes over to her.
Didn't it work? It didn't work.
It did, but it's taking so long and you all forgotten. And I have to watch you from far away and you're not together. And tears are just rolling down her face. I
She'll get up
don't
and
like
go
this.
over to her. And she'll sit next, like, is she still standing or is she sitting?
She's on her knees.
Okay, she will go and she will sit next to her and put her arm around her. It's not your fault. You didn't know. We're not mad at you.
I'm mad at me.
Don't be mad.
Yeah,
I'm glad
don't be
you're
mad.
okay. You weren't so good before. I'm glad you're okay. And we'll be
Yeah.
okay. We'll be okay when winter's here again.
I hate the winter. No football. And she'll put her arm around Van Halen, just kind of like lean against her, lean her head. It's like, it's okay.
I'm never going to the winter again after the next time.
Same. I don't know how, but same. And
Ricky smiles. Move somewhere
she'll-
warm.
Yeah, she'll pat her knee. It's like, come on. Don't be sad.
Stay
We
here,
can't.
okay? I'll stay here. I can't go home, so I'm just gonna stay here.
Wait, you're just
Any
gonna
of us
stay
go
here?
home? If we go back, will we go back into whatever we were just in?
She nods.
None of us can go.
She's gonna look around. Oh shit. What is Van Halen wearing?
It's subdued for her. It's just a pair of jean shorts and a tank top that across the front of it says Winger.
Just oh no. I don't know how to do this. Can we does anyone have anything on them that we can give each other? Maybe to help us. I know
Toss
we're
us
not
the
good.
walkie. Have
Hmm?
this. I tossed you the Mitchy talkie. Have this.
She catches it. No, something small. Like, she feels around in her pockets. I don't have anything with me.
I have something.
What?
And Heather pulls her backpack around. I was carrying these because it was Christmas, and I thought I could give them to you. Maybe they'll help you remember.
Yeah.
So she pulls out
Yeah.
first thing she pulls out is a folder, and she hands it over to Scarlett.
A folder, you said?
Yeah, it's just a folder, a manila folder.
Oh, thanks. I could put my playbook in here?
But, I mean, no, open it.
Oh, okay. She opens it.
So inside is a pencil drawing of a football player in midair catching a ball, and it's drawn like a Successories poster, like is on their attic, wall, and it says "Dare" in big letters, and then underneath it says "Had the guts, got the glory," and it's signed Heather Jones.
This is cool. You drew this?
Yeah, I mean, it's not good, like, the legs they're not, the right size, but I tried.
She'll hug Heather.
But it has my name on it, so maybe you'll remember me. And so she reaches in again, and she pulls out, sorry, I'm looking for my notes here, y'all. It's been a long time. She pulls out a mixtape, and she hands it over to Ricky. And if you look at the mixtape, it's got a sleeve that's been handmade. It's been cut out of like lined paper to replace the original sleeve. And the mixtape is clearly been used because it's marked out on the actual tape itself with marker from the original print. And it lists all the songs in tiny little print. And at the bottom in quotes, it says, "I think that somehow, somewhere inside of us, we must be similar, if not the same." And as you're looking at it, she says, "But they're all sad songs, Ricky. They're not really great songs like Scarlett would have. I'm sure Scarlett's got, I don't know, Karate Kid."
Songs to run to.
Sad songs can be good songs.
They say so much.
And then she pulls out from her bag a book, and she hands it over to JD. And there's a bookmark in it.
I'll take a look.
So
What's
the
the book, and then I'll open it up.
the book is a paperback, beat up copy of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And do you open the book?
Mm-hmm.
And it says the bookmark is a Heather makes friendship bracelets, but so this is like a friendship bracelet made into bookmark, so to speak. And it marks a page where she's written a quick note, and it says, for the sake of the world, I prescribe more humor and less horror in our media consumption. And then she says, as you read it, she says, but I don't think it was your fault, JD. I think it was mine.
I think we all probably had a part to play in it.
But maybe you'll remember me. Maybe you'll remember me.
This is exactly what I had in mind. Something that we can all have that we can remember each other by.
Maybe we should write our names on them. Maybe you can write your names.
I'll take out
and I'll just stay here so I can keep remembering you.
I'll take out my four-leaf clover, and I'll hand it to Heather. With a little luck, I hope you're right. I have missed you a lot, and I'm glad you're back. I'm glad we're back. But I don't know what to do.
Van Halen stands up. We finish it.
She'll stand up too. Yep, gotta do what we gotta do. It's fourth quarter, guys. Come on. Game's not over yet.
Ricky turns to JD. Do you have a pen?
Always.
And he takes the paper out of the tape that Heather's given to him, and looks on the inside where there's no writing, and says, "We need all the names of the members of the band." And he hands it over to each person to sign, including Van Halen. Never forget.
Yeah.
Heather will sign her name, and we'll also say, we've got to stay together.
And she'll write Scarlet Blake, I got your back.
I'll write my name as well. I'll just keep it at my name.
And
Van
at the bottom,
Halen just.
go
No.
for it.
No.
No.
Go right ahead, bud.
No, carry on.
just-
It's after she's written her name. Go for it.
I was just gonna say
Understood, yeah.
Van Halen just writes VH, and right beside there's no other inscription. It's just she writes it right beside JD. So if it's JD, it's JD VH.
Ricky writes at the bottom, underneath all the names, "Never say never," and puts it back into the tape, seals it up, pockets it.
I can take you all back now. Before you're missed or they look for you.
She looks at Heather and then looks around the moon tower. You're gonna just stay? You can't stay here.
Van Halen's shaking her head. They will find you here. I can't hide you here.
Back to sleep?
She starts to cry. Just for a little while longer.
Let's do it. Let's go. It will be a blink of an eye, it'll just be the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And you all fall asleep. Ricky. Everyone, if you could please, at this moment, go to the Spotify playlist and cue up Only the Young Again by Journey. Number 15. Your hair has been completely shaved off and you wear the deep blue uniform of the Maryland Military Academy for Boys. You sit in the passenger side of your father's truck while he drives east towards the academy and your destiny. You are still technically within county limits when you see a girl standing along the side of the road. Your dad slows down and tells you to roll down your window. Again, face claim Kevin Costner for Mr. Lewis. Are you okay, miss? Can we give you a ride? She slowly walks over and shakes her head. No, thank you. Without the need for a roll, you can tell she's been crying. Ricky, your dad, looks at her. Sure? And he lowers his voice enough so he doesn't off-put her. She nods her head. No, I'm just waiting for the boy I like. Well, if he's keeping you waiting way out here, he better have a darn good explanation. If you don't mind me saying, miss. Ricky, hand her a tissue from the glove.
He does.
The girl takes it. It's not his fault. I think he just forgot. Roll empathy, Ricky.
One success.
You hand the tissue to her, and she says, "Thank you, Ricky." And you hear her whisper, "Stay ready." Somehow you know this is Van Halen. And you do not forget everything. As one beat becomes two, and here at the edge of one place and another, at the county line of Garrett, Ricky does not forget.
Oh, shit. Ricky, as he remembers, he looks to her and says, "We're coming back for the holidays. For winter."
Tears rolling down her face as she nods. The tissue forgotten. Have a safe trip.
He nods very slowly. Be safe. Look after the others.
She nods and pulls away from the windowsill of the truck. Okay. Your dad looks at you as if for like confirmation. Mike, do you think we should go?
He just looks straight ahead. She'll be okay.
All right. And he puts the truck down in the drive. And just as you kind of start to slowly pull away, you hear Van Halen's voice. Keep your window open. And then she's gone. Ricky, you and you alone remember everything. And from this, the beginning of September, to whenever you meet in the winter, you may prepare for the promised war. Whatever you do and whatever you decide will not be forgotten. And you will tell me in secret how Ricky prepares. Also, 2 weeks after you arrive at the Maryland Military School for Boys, do you keep your window open a crack?
From that moment, Ricky never closes his windows. In whatever room he's in, if he's in a classroom, he would walk up and crack the window. And if he gets asked to close it, he's always, I need fresh air. He's always making an excuse to keep that window open.
Then 2 weeks into your stay, Bubo visits you for the first time, bringing a note. Stay ready. Heather. Everyone, go to your Spotify playlist, drop down 1 to number 16. We're going to queue up these dreams again because it seems I have a pattern. The California sun holds you like a loving grandmother. The waves of Malibu move in and out, singing their eternal song of joy. The sand is warm between bare toes, but where homes should dot the shoreline and the hills creeping from the beach, only Mother Nature appears. Ahead of you on the sand, a girl waits on a plaid blanket. She has a picnic basket with her. As you approach, she smiles and waves. Hi, Heather.
Alan.
Roll empathy for me.
You.
You remember her name and that you feel safe with her. And as you get closer, she pats the blanket beside her. It's beautiful here.
It is. It's beautiful. I love the waves.
I don't know if you remember, but Scarlett and JD are fine. Ricky was sent to a school far away, but it's okay.
Do I remember them?
You remember you love them.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Hope I'll see them soon. Will they be here? Are they coming?
Not today, but I can stay for a little bit.
What do you have here in the picnic?
She opens it up and you can see that she has fruit, and there is a bottle of water with sweat dripping off the outside of it, and some type of juice. And it seems that she can pull any and everything from this picnic basket as the two of you share this moment that stretches for what seems like a couple hours as the sun maintains its height in the sky and the breeze is beautiful here along the California coast. And she finally looks at you. I'm tired, Heather.
Well, take a nap. That's what I love to do in the spot. Just take a nap in the sun.
Okay, I'm just gonna lay down for a second.
Okay, I'll watch. Don't worry.
You see her lay down and the sun is dancing off of her skin and her eyes flutter. One moment they're an electric blue, and they close and open and they're a vibrant green. And they close and open and they're a earthy brown. And they open again and they seem to be all of those colors at once. And
Strokes her hair.
In a sleepy voice, she says, "You know we're sisters, right?"
Of course I know that.
And she starts to drift away. And you hear with the last of her breath as it kind of escapes out, "Sisters, both born of two worlds."
But I'll have you forever.
Everybody, please go to your Spotify playlist. And I want you to queue up motherfucking track number 5, "Nothing's Gonna Stand in Our Way" by Spectre General. The four of you plus Van Halen stand with one another. The snow is swirling and you are on the roof of the Maplehurst Mall. You have no idea how you got here. Scarlett, the last thing that you remember was sitting on the bench during a football game, one of the few girls in the nation to achieve high school membership in the old boys club. You remember there being a girl in the stands that cheered loud and long when you were introduced. JD, you remember being visited by a strange owl that you quickly forgot, but it delivered notes. These notes were in Morse code. They were points on a map of Garrett, the paperback exchange, the fire department, and many, many others. You kept these both mentally and inside your journal. Ricky prepared in a way that none of you know. And for Heather, a moment ago, you were on a beach in Malibu, but now the snow swirls. Van Halen looks at you, her eyes wide, blood coming down from her nose. We have to finish this.
Reaches out for JD's hand and for Scarlett's hand on the other side.
Yep.
She'll take Ricky's hand.
Yep, Ricky joins in.
As you all join together, Van Halen looks at all of you. I know you don't know what's going on, but they're here. And you hear the roar of a dragon. And my friends, that is where we end this episode of Twist of Fate.
What?
What?
What? Holy shit.
Wow.
No.
See, I don't know if we did a good job. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
What do we say? Fuck you, Greg. Oh, we love you, but fuck you.
Wow. Yeah, that was awesome.
Wow, yeah, I'm
Holy
wrung out.
shit.
I'm wrung out. That was amazing.
Sorry, y'all. I'll step on Mike's toes here real quick. We'll go around and everybody, who are you? Where can we find you? And that's it. I love you. Let's start with G.
I'm G, your friendly neighborhood lightning invoker. You'll find me in the unMadeGaming Discord, in all their streams during the week. You'll find me on Twitter, lightningspaz09, where I've been pseudo live tweeting how I'm feeling, which is just a bunch of me shouting about how I'm not okay. And yeah, that's me.
Let's jump over. Bacon, my friends, who are you? Where can we find you?
Yeah, my name is Mitchell, go by Bacon, but also have a Twitch channel called As Told by Dice, where we run some D&D content. We switch GMs, or at least that's the plan. We have one more episode of our first campaign, and then we'll be switching over to the second one, which I will be GMing, and it will take place at first in Icewind Dale. So set in Faerun, and excited to get started. But thank you guys so much for watching. Everybody, players, Greg, thank you guys so much. This has been an incredible game. So all the times I get to play JD and be with you guys is awesome. So thanks, guys.
Fantastic. Let's jump down to Chris. Chris, who are you? Where can we find you, buddy?
I'm Chris, aka Necro. You can find me in the Discord, as well as in an hour and a half back here on unMadeGaming for The Rise, our campaign. Other than that, nowhere else. That's it.
Fantastic. And last but certainly not least, Melissa, who are you and where can we find you?
Meyer, Draftier in the places where I exist, but I'm not doing anything except being a fan of all these people who are really, really, really awesome. So that's me, the fan.
No, you.
Fantastic, fantastic. As for me, I'm Greg Grimjack21502. You can find me here, obviously doing Twist of Fate when we can do it on Saturdays, and then on Wednesdays on unMadeGaming, you can see me for Atari Twilight rollout as we finish up the third and final season of that campaign. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, as a player, you can find me over on Academic Foxhole's channel on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where I play a double agent that used to work for the Gestapo. It's a 1940s World War II authentic biopic. It's nice. I love it. And it's I feel the way that I made my players feel today on Friday nights. So with that being said, I hand it over to Mike, my buddy. Take us away.
Thank you so much for being here, guys. This was an amazing episode. You cried, not me. So if you guys like it here and you like what we do and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is over on our Patreon. A link for that down below. You get access to all of our after shows, all of our behind the scenes exclusives, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So go join us down there. While you're clicking on that link, right next to it is a Discord link. Join us in the Discord. Be a part of the community. Be a part of the conversation. And that's it. We're going to get out of here. We're going to do our after show. And this may be the last time you guys see the Keystones. We're not entirely sure, but I guess you'll have to tune in next time for more of this 80s goodness. So from all of us to you guys, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.